Good morning, everyone. It's time for Ms. Bishop's morning coffee. So it's springtime in Vermont, and when I was outside feeding the animals just a little while ago, I could hear so many birds. And when I started thinking about the birds, I started thinking about baby chicks. And then I started thinking about eggs. And I was thinking, oh, Easter's coming up, and I have all these eggs. I need to sell them. So you guys could color them for all your Easter celebrations. And so with that, I went around and started collecting all my eggs. And then I started thinking, what's even funnier? I started thinking, I wonder who's watching this video, and are they a good egg or a bad egg? See what I did there? I used figurative language. You're not really eggs, right? You're people. But people can be good and they can be bad, just like eggs can be good or bad. But today I'm going to show you how you can tell a good egg from a bad egg in regards to real eggs. So one of the jobs at the farm is to go outside every day and collect the eggs from the ducks and the chickens. And this is how I actually store them in a basket on top of my refrigerator. And you can see they're still dirty. And the reason why is because that if you have fresh eggs, you shouldn't wash them and you shouldn't put them in the refrigerator because they will last up to 2 weeks outside of the refrigerator. They have this skin or layer of some sort on the egg itself. And when you wash it, you take that off. It's called the bloom. The bloom is what protects the egg and keeps it fresh. Okay. Now these eggs would not be good for the incubator because they've been out for more than a week. So if you were interested in seeing if these eggs would turn into ducks or chickens, you would have to collect them right away. And before a week is up, you would have to place them in the incubator. There's also, you don't know if the eggs are fertile or not. And there is a way to tell, but you have to crack the egg open first. And if you crack the egg open, then it's no longer any good because you can't incubate a broken egg. So let's go ahead and get all the eggs together. And let's take a look and see if we can find out which one is a good egg or which one is a bad egg. So one of my jobs at the farm is when I collect the eggs, I also take care of the eggs and I wash them, make sure that they're good eggs, and then I put them in containers and sell them outside. I put them in because once you wash them, remember the bloom goes away and they need to be refrigerated. So I put them in a styrofoam or a cooler of some sort, and then I put them outside and I sell them. And I sell them for chicken eggs. I sell them for $3 a dozen. And for duck eggs, I sell them for $5 a dozen. So let's count the eggs, and for my 6th grade students, I'd like you to figure out how much money I would make from all of these eggs. Remember, it's $3 a dozen for the chicken eggs. Okay, so you might want to pause the video right now and count how many eggs there are. Remember how many are in a dozen. Okay, and then it is $5 a dozen for the duck eggs. So how much money would I make if all of these were good eggs? Okay, so pause the video and count them. For my younger students, how would you figure out how many we had all together? You could count them, right? So what would be your strategy in counting all of these eggs? You can count how many chicken eggs there are, and then count how many duck eggs there are, and then you can add them all together. You can count them by fives. You can count them by tens, whatever you think, but I'd like you to tell me and count how many you counted, how many there were altogether, and for the sixth graders, you guys should be figuring out how much money I would make. So go ahead and figure that right now. So hit pause. Okay, so I'm going to count those chicken eggs right now and see if we got the same number. I'm going to count them by fives. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I lined them up. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 16. I've got 16 chicken eggs. Is 16 an even or an odd number? That's how you can tell, right? 16 is an even number. And the way that I can tell is that I took all the eggs and I paired them up. And if there was one egg that was left all by itself and it was all alone, that would be odd, and that's an odd number, okay? So these they all have a partner. There's not any that aren't alone. So 16 is an even number. What do you think? Let's look over at the ducks, the duck eggs. How many duck eggs are there? So we could count by fives again because I do have them lined up by five. So let's do it. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then I have 36, 37, 38, and 39. 39 eggs. Duck eggs, I should say. Is 39, is that an even number or an odd number? Pause the video and see if you can figure it out. Okay, so remember, we had 39 duck eggs. And we're looking to see if 39 is an even or an odd number. So I took all of the duck eggs and I paired them up. So look at this. Does everyone in this row have a pair? Okay, so far it's an even number. Next row. Does each egg have a pair? It does. So far, even number. We're not done yet though. So let's look at this row. Do they all have a pair? Oh look, there's one duck egg that does not have a pair. So that means that it's odd. It's 39 is an odd number. Okay, so chicken eggs were 16, duck eggs were 39. So how many do we have all together? Now one strategy is we could just count them all. We can count them by twos because they're already in twos except for the one there. We could do it that way. Or we could just add them up. Why don't you pause the video right now and figure out how many eggs we have all together. Okay, so I'm going to count them up. I have 16 chicken eggs, and we had 39 duck eggs. And if I add them together, right, and if I did a little thing, put a little line down the middle here. So I have 9 plus 6 is 15. I'm going to carry my 10 there. I have 3, 4, and 5. So we have 55 eggs total. Is that what you got? What was your strategy? All right, so the thing that I asked, a question that I asked the sixth graders in my sixth grade math group was how much money would I make from the duck eggs and the chicken eggs? If they were all good eggs, how much money would I make? So remember, I sell the chicken eggs for $3 a dozen, and I sell the duck eggs for $5 a dozen. So what did you guys come up with? How did you figure that out? Okay. So if I were to figure that out, and I knew that I had 16 chicken eggs, okay, how many are in a dozen? 12. So I only have 1 dozen with 4 left over, right? So with that dozen, I would make $3. Okay? If all the chicken eggs were good, I would make $3. And then with the duck eggs, there's 39. So if I were to divide that by 12, I would get 3 dozen with 3 eggs left over. So, because 12 will go into 39 3 times, and 3 times 12 is 36. And then I subtract it, and I get 3 left over. So I'm not going to be able to sell those 3 eggs until I get another, 9 to get another dozen, right? So, and then I'm going to multiply that by $5, and I'm going to get $15. Okay, so I'm going to add that to my $3 for my chicken eggs, add $15 to my $3, and I'm going to make $18 off my eggs, as long as they all get, somebody buys them all, right? Okay, so that's how I calculate how much money I'm going to make. Okay. Now another thing that I like to do, I need to do, is I need to wash them, right? And I need to make sure that they are good eggs, because I can't sell somebody bad eggs, right? So how you do that is you fill up your sink with water, and you put the egg into the water. All right, so we have the eggs inside the water, all of the duck eggs, all 39 of them. And do you see that there are a few that are not good eggs? So we have, let's see how this one right here, it's like up and half of it, some of it's sticking out of the water. That is definitely a bad egg. Take that one out. This one is definitely a bad egg. Okay. This one was a bad egg. This one is a bad egg. And this one is a bad egg too. So we're going to take those out. We are not going to eat those. Okay. The rest of them are all down. So the rest of those are all good eggs and good to eat. So we're going to clean those up, put them in the cartons, and set them outside for someone to buy them. Okay, so I just opened up the egg, and I was trying really hard not to break the yolk. The yolk is that yellow thing in the middle, and I didn't want to break it because I was looking to see if this egg was fertile. If this egg was fertile, it would have a white disc somewhere in that yolk. And what I mean by a disc, it's kind of like the same thing as a circle. It's just a really tiny little circle. I am not seeing one in this yolk. So this would not have been an egg. So I could have tried to incubate this egg, but nothing would have happened. It would have been a dud. So that wouldn't work. Now you see that white stuff around this side there? That's called chalaza. That some people have thought that when they open up their egg, that the white stuff was what made that egg fertile, and they wouldn't eat it because they didn't think that was you can eat a fertile egg or you can eat a non-fertile egg. I mean, it's not going to hurt you at all. But that stuff, that white stuff around the edge right there, let's see if I can point to it for you, right there and right over here, that is called chalaza, and it has a lot of protein in it, so it's really good for you. So don't throw the egg away thinking that there's something wrong with the egg. It's a very good egg. So this egg looks good. I can scramble it up and eat it, and that would be my breakfast. And it doesn't look, I'm still looking to see if I see that. I'll find one for you and show it to you. Okay, yummy egg. Excuse me while I go make my breakfast. So these are baby chicks, and they are in a brooder. And they have the red, this thing right here is their watering can or waterer. And then this is where I keep their food in here. And then this is their little heater that I have turned up so that you can see them, because what they like to do is they like to get under the heater. And I have 6 baby chicks. 3 of them are called Lavender Opingtons. I believe that's how you say it. And let's see here, let's see if I can get one for you. This one right here, oh my goodness, freaking out. This one right here, my little baby chick, is going to be a lavender color. I don't want to let her go, she might fall. And they're all girls. And they'll be egg layers. Here you go. And, oh, she's shivering like she's super scared right now, so I'll put her back down. These guys right here are called, oh goodness, look at that. This right here is a Americana, or Aricana, that's right. And they're gonna lay blue eggs, maybe green, bluish green. So I'm excited about that. Can't wait for them to have their first egg. A fun fact about chickens is that some believe, or maybe it's true, as a fun fact, I found it on Fun Facts, is that they are descendants from dinosaurs. And the particular one is the velociraptor. So if you ever see that movie Jurassic Park, and you see the velociraptor, think of that as a baby chicken, as a baby descendant velociraptor. And I always think about that when I go into my chicken coop, where the full-grown chickens are roosting, and I go in at night to check them just before they go to bed, and they're all up on their pole, which is over my head, and all of a sudden they start making that noise. I would definitely think about them being velociraptors at that time. So yeah, anyway, so those are the newest babies on the farm. 6 brand new egg layers. Boy, time really does fly when I'm hanging out with you guys. There I go again, using that figurative language. Does time really fly? No, but it does mean that it goes by fast. So thanks again for joining me for my morning coffee and learning all about eggs, good or bad ones. Have a great day. Did you hear that? I think the chickens are coming. You know, those descendants of velociraptors. Gotta go. Bye.